This is RD Sharma Solution Class 12, Chapter 13, Derivatives as a Rate Measure. MCQ multiple choice question we are taking. The coordinates of the point on the ellipse 16x square plus 9y square equals 400. So ellipse is a shape like an egg. So here the question is saying that this is the equation of the ellipse where the ordinate decreases at the same rate at which the abscissa increases. Ordinate is y, abscissa is x. So ordinate decreases at the same rate. So dy by dt and dx by dt are related in invert manner. That is, if one increases, other decreases. So what do we do? Dy by dt is equal to negative dx by dt or dx by dt is equal to negative dy by dt. That is what the question is asking and saying. Alright. So this is the one condition we are going to employ in further solution. So dx by dt, they are equal but equal in negative sense. So you can put negative on the left also, negative on the right also. Now coming to this one. 16x square plus 9y square equals 400. Let us differentiate it. 16, 2x dx by dt plus 9 into 2, 2y dy by dt is equal to 0. Because differentiation of 400 is going to be 0, right? Now, so this left and right you can shift. So this will be, rather than doing 32, 2, we can see this is common. So you can just cancel 2. I'm not cancelling y, I'm cancelling 2 here. So we have 16 dx by dt is equal to negative 9 dy by dt. So dx by dt is equal to negative dy by dt or dy by dt is negative dx by dt. You can replace here and you can cancel both sides, but we have a x here, we already have a y here. I told you earlier that I'm not cancelling y, I'm cancelling 2. So dx by dt and dx by dt on either side or dy by dt on either side can be cancelled, and then you have, because it was negative, so negative will become positive. So we have 16x as 19y, 9y, sorry. Not 19, 9. So x will be equal to 9y by 16. Now coming back here. Now we have to use this equation again because we need x and y. What are the coordinates points? So again going back to the relationship which is 16. I am replacing x by 9y by 16 here. 9y will remain here. 9y square equals to 400. So 16 into 981 y square is equal to 16 into 16 plus 9y square equals 400. 116 you can cancel and you can multiply everything by 16 on all the terms. So we have 18y square. What is 16 into 9? It's a 144. Y square equals to 400 into 16. So 16 4s are 64. You have 6400 here. So now just add these. 81 plus 144 is going to be 225. So you have 225 y square equals to 6400. Y square is 6400 by 225. Both are the perfect square. So it is going to be 80 by 15. 15 into 15 is 225. So 15 here. 3 and this is 16. So you have 16 by 3 and one is plus, one is negative. Why? Because it is a square. Remember, whenever you have y square equals say x, so y will be equal to plus minus under root x. Alright. So one time you will take negative 16 by 3 and one time you will take positive 16 by 3. So negative and positive. So the answer should be, so we have 9y by 16. So we have 9y. What is y here? It is 16 by 3. So 9y by 16 is 9 into 16 by 3. Alright. So 3 3s are 9. You can just cancel these. So when you put these value, which is y we got, 1 time 16 by 3, 1 time negative 16 by 3, just place it in this 9y by 16. Alright. So you can cancel these 16, 16, 3 3s are 9. So you have a 3 and negative 3. So with 16 by 3 it is 3. With negative 16 by 3 it is negative 3. So now you have to choose the combination. Means the multiple choice question you have to choose an option. What is an option here? Plus plus minus minus. So there is no negative negative, that is negative 3 or negative 9 16 by 3. It is just plus. So this is the answer. So let me just clear it so that you know what we have done, because you need to know, and if you want to solve it, if it doesn't come in MCQ, in normal question it comes. So how are you going to solve this? So this is 3 comma 16 by 3. X is 3, y is 16 by 3. The radius of the base of a cone is increasing at the rate of 3 centimeter per minute. So this is the radius, it is increasing. So dr by dt is given as 3 centimeter per second. And altitude is decreasing at the rate of 4 centimeter per minute, which is dh by dt in this case. So dH by dt we are going to use, and this is so decreasing. It has to be negative. We have to put it as negative. All right. Now rate of change of lateral surface. Now lateral surface is a new thing which we are dealing in this question. So radius is 7 and altitude is 24. Rate of change of lateral surface. So ds by dt, if we call it as s, ds by dt. Now the cone lateral surface is pi into r into L. What is this L? See, this L we don't have. We have to deal with this. This is r, this is h. So first find out the L, which is the slant height. So this L square is equal to r square plus h square. This is the Pythagoras theorem you can use. When you have 7 and 24, let us find this also. 7 square plus 24 square. So L square it will be. L square. 7 7 is 49. 24 into 24 we can multiply. So we have this 675. So 676 plus 49 is 725. So when 725 is there, you can take an under root, and when you take the under root, it is going to be 25. So for the r and h being given, we have found out the slant height. Now going ahead with this question, we have to eliminate this L. L is not given. Okay, only r and h, dr by dh, dh by dt, this is given. So anyways, we have to get rid of L. How are we going to do that? See, so s square, we'll just square both the sides. So s square is equal to pi square, r square and L square, because we don't want to deal with the root. That's why I squared both the sides. So pi square, r square. In L square you can write h square plus r square or r square plus h square. Now you can just multiply inside, and then you can see that we are going to differentiate it properly, because r and h both are changing. There is no constant here. R, h and L both all are changing. So s square is this. So this is all which you have to do. So we have not started the differentiation. We have to differentiate it now. So s square equals to this one on the right hand side, and r is given. L also we have found out. So s is pi into r into L. Pi, what is r? 7. L we have found out as 25. So in place of s, because we are going to differentiate s square, it will be 2s ds by dt. So we need to have s. That is the lateral surface area. Pi square, differentiation of r to the power 4 is 4r cube. Dr by dt it will come. Then pi square. Then inside this we have r square, h square. So r square, differentiation of h square is 2h dh by dt. Plus now h square will come out. Differentiation of r square is 2r dr by dt. Okay. Now we have everything now. That is, we have computed as this pi into 7 into 25. You can put it here. So 2 into pi into 7 into 25 ds by dt is equal to, now this pi square, let be there. Pi square 4 into r cube. What is r? 7. So 7 cube. Dr by dt is 3. Write it here. Plus pi square. Now inside this we have r square, which is 7 square. Then 2 into h. H is 24. And dh by dt is negative 4. I just missed it. I will write it just now. And h square is 24 square. 2r. 2 into 7 into dr by dt, which is 3 again. So there is one thing remaining, which is dh by dt. We have to just write minus 4 here. So negative 4 I'm including here. Negative 4. Okay, now you see everything is known to us. There is just computation. So when you compute ds by dt, it's going to come as 54 pi centimeter square per second. So previous questions, if one value is not changing, you can directly put the constant or the value which is given in the question. But since here everything is changing, r, h, if they are changing, this is an indication that this L is also going to change. The radius of a sphere is increasing at the rate of 0.2 centimeter per second. So dr by dt is given as 0.2 centimeter per second. The rate at which the volume of the sphere increases when radius is 15 centimeter. That is, r is 15. We have to find out dv by dt. What is volume? Volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So dv by dt is going to be 4 pi r square into dr by dt. Now 4 pi r square, so 15 whole square, dr by dt is 0.2. Now just have to compute this, okay? The logic you understood? It will be 180 pi centimeter cube per second, which is the second option. The volume of a sphere is increasing at 3 centimeter cube per second. So dv by dt is equal to 3 centimeter cube per second. The rate at which the radius increases when the radius is 2 centimeters. So dr by dt we have to find out when the radius is 2. So this is quite known to you, means you have learned about this question, done this question multiple times. V equals 4 by 3 pi r cube. dv by dt is 4 pi r square dr by dt. And then dr by dt, this dv by dt, all things are given. Dr by dt can be computed. So this is r is 4, so I'm bringing this 4 pi r square down, and dr by dt is this one. So this is 3 by 16 pi centimeter per second. So this is the concept computation you can do very well. You know how to do this when the values are with you. The distance moved by a particle traveling in straight line in t second is given by this. The time taken by the particle to come to rest is, come to rest means stop. Stop means that velocity or the speed is 0. Right? Now the distance, if you assume it to be x or s in this case, so differentiation of distance, the rate of change of distance is nothing but the velocity. And when you differentiate the velocity, you'll get the acceleration. But we are not talking about the acceleration here. So velocity, the time taken by the particle to come to rest is simply the velocity is 0. So ds by dt. Let us differentiate. 45. It is 2 into 11, 22 t. This is minus 3t square. So this is ds by dt, and it is going to be velocity is equal to 0. The time taken by the particle to come to rest, velocity is 0. So we'll just multiply negative on either side so that we get a proper quadratic equation. So 3t square minus 22t minus 45 plus, I'll just change it to negative 45. So we have 45 as 5 nines are 45, we have 3, so 9 is 27, 27 5, so 27 minus 5 or minus 27 plus 5 is going to be minus 20. So we write 3t square minus 27t plus 5t plus 45. So 3t we take common, t minus 9, we take 5, t minus 9. As I said, this has to be negative. I'll just change it. Okay. T minus 9 is equal to 0. T minus 9 into 3t plus 5 equals 0. T is equal to 9 in this case. T is equal to negative 5 by 3 in this case. A negative time cannot be negative. T is 9. This is your answer. The volume of a sphere is increasing at the rate of 45 centimeter cube per second. The rate of increase of the radius when the volume is 288 pi centimeter cube. So dv by dt is 4 pi. The rate of increase of the radius dr by dt is to be found out when the volume is already given. Volume is 288 pi. This we have to find out. So we'll do the same thing here. First we'll find out the radius. Then we'll keep it or place it when we differentiate dv, but means we do dv by dt. Okay. So we have v equals 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume is already given in the question, which is 288 pi is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. This r cube can be computed because 288 into 3 by 4, it is going to give you 216. I'm just computing it, and this is just very simple for you. You can do it by yourself easily. And r is equal to 6. Cube root of 216 is 6. 6 into 6 into 6 is nothing but 216. So radius we got. And after getting this radius, we can jump into the next part, which is the differentiation of volume. Let us go ahead. So we are doing this. dv by dt is equal to 4 pi r square dr by dt. So 4 into pi into r is 6. We have just computed it. 6 square dr by dt we have to find out. dv by dt is already given, which is already 4 pi. It's given in the question. So you just see 4 pi gets cancelled. 6 square goes into the denominator, which is 1 by 36. So dr by dt is 1 by 36, which is the third option in this. So there is no unit being written, so don't worry about that. But in if this question doesn't come in the MCQ, then you have to write. If the rate of change of volume of a sphere is equal to the rate of change of its radius, then its radius is equal. So dv by dt is equal to dr by dt. This is given in the question. Then the radius is equal to dv by dt and dr by dt are equal. So volume is what? 4 by 3 pi r. dv by dt is equal to 4 by 3 pi means when you do 3r square, this 3 gets cancelled. 4 pi r square dr by dt. dv by dt dr by dt equal 4 pi r square equal to 1. R square is equal to 1 by under 4 pi. 1 by 2 root pi is the answer. So this is 1 by 2 root pi. This is the answer. So in MCQ you have to write this. If the rate of change of area of a circle is equal to the rate of change of its diameter, then the radius is equal to rate of change of area. So dA by dt is equal to the rate of change of its diameter. What is diameter? Diameter is twice of radius. So we are talking about d by dt, and this d is nothing but twice of r. So it is, if you can take constant outside, 2 dr by dt we are talking about. So dA by dt is twice dr by dt. Alright. So now things are clear to you. Area is pi r square, dA by dt is pi 2r dr by dt. Now in place of dA by dt, you can write 2 dr by dt. Okay. And you cannot cancel this. I've just cancelled it, but it is dA by dt cannot be cancelled with dr by dt. dA by dt has to be replaced by twice of dr by dt. Then the answer will come. So it is not 1 by 2 pi. It is twice because we are replacing dA by dt with 2 dr by dt. So 2 by 2 pi is 1 by pi. 2 by 2 pi is 1 by pi. Okay, so this is how we are going to employ this, and 1 by pi units is the radius which we need to find out. So this is 2 cancel 1 by pi as I was ascertaining, and this is your answer, 1 by pi. Okay, 1 by pi units is the answer. Each side of an equilateral triangle is increasing at the rate of 8 centimeter per hour. Now please remember, centimeter, sometimes they will give in meters, sometimes, so you have to change the units. I am saying the units have to be equated, then only you follow the other things. So this each side of an equilateral triangle is increasing at the rate of 8 centimeter per hour. So dx by, if you assume x as the side, dx by dt is 8. The rate of increase of its area. So dA by dt has to be computed x when it is 2. So a is root 3 by 4 x square. dA by dt root 3 by 4 x square is 2x dx by dt. So root 3 by 4 2x is 2 here. dx by dt is also given as 8. So this 2 is, that is, so 8 root 3 it is going to be the answer. 8 root 3 centimeters square per hour, and which is also given in this part. Means first part is this one. Means first option. Now S is given like this. It describes the motion of a particle, then its velocity when the acceleration vanishes is. Acceleration vanishes is A is 0. Acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. dv by dt we are talking. This is acceleration. Acceleration 0 means dv by dt is equal to 0. S is a distance. What is velocity? Rate of change of distance. So ds by dt is velocity. So S is given as t cube minus 4t square plus 5. So I am differentiating directly 3t square minus 8t. So this is your ds by dt. Now since acceleration is given as 0, we have to differentiate this again. So dv by dt we have to find out. So this is dv by dt. I am differentiating it again. dv by dt. So you have 6t minus 8 equals this as 0. So t is equal to 8 by 6. The time is 4 by 3 here. Now this time 4 by 3. Now time is known to us now. So t is 4 by 3. So we have to replace this, because when the acceleration vanishes, what is the velocity? Okay. Velocity expression was what? 3t square minus 8t, if you remember. Just put t as 4 by 3 here. 3 into 4 by 3 whole square minus 8 into 4 by 3. 3 into 4 for the 16 by 3 into 3. So you can cancel 1 3 here. And 8 for the 32 by 3. 16 by 3 minus 32 by 3 is negative 16 by 3. So minus 16 by 3. And this is your answer. This is your answer. Minus 16 by 3. The equation of a motion of particle is this. When s is in meter and t is in second, the velocity of the particle when its acceleration is 2 meter per second square. So same thing we have to do. Assume this as s. S is the distance. ds by dt is volume. Rate of change of distance is volume. And rate of change of volume is acceleration. This is what we have learned. So velocity of particle has to be found out. That is ds by dt we have to find out. So s is 2t square plus sine 2t. So this is the reference for you. ds by dt will compute first. ds by dt. So it is a 4t plus cos 2t. Differentiation of 2t is going to be 2. And remember, we are differentiating with respect to t. So dv by dt. Now again I am differentiating this. 4t will be 4. Cos 2t is minus sine 2t. And this is 2 and 2. So 4. Now when the acceleration is 2 meter per second square. So equate it with 2. 4 minus 4 sine 2t is equal to 2. So 4 sine 2t is going to be 4 minus 2, that is 2. 4 sine 2t is 2 here. So sine 2t is going to be equal to 2 by 4. That is going to be half. Now sine theta, for which it is going to be half, is nothing but 30 degree. Pi by 6. So 2t is pi by 6. You can write t as pi by 12 also. ds pi by 12. So 2t is pi by 6. Now ds by dt we have to find out. Now since we have now access to t, we can easily find out the velocity, that is ds by dt. So in place of t you can write this pi by, this is 12, and t is pi by 12 plus 2 into cos 2 into t. So multiply 2, pi by 6 will come. So you get 4 3s are 12. So you get first term as pi by 3. The second term is 2 cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2. So pi by 3 plus root 3. This is pi by 3 plus root 3 meter per second. Okay, this is already given in meter and second. So you can just write it like this. The answer is pi by 3 plus root 3. Alright, this is your answer. The radius of a circular plate is increasing at the rate of 0.01 centimeter per second. So dr by dt is 0.01 centimeter per second. The rate of increase of its area when the radius is 12 centimeter is. So dA by dt has to be computed when r is 12 centimeter. So this question you have done many times. So this area is pi r square, dA by dt is pi 2r dr by dt. Dr by dt is already given, r is already given, so pi into 2 into 12 into this 0.01, just write 0.01. So when you compute this, it is going to be 24 into 0.01 is 0.24. So it is 0.024 pi centimeter square per second. The fourth option seems to be, the second option seems to be correct. The third option, sorry. C is the correct answer. So it's just computation, other things you know very well. This will take in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.